Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The former Missouri Tiger Drew Lock will be at quarterback as he leads out the Denver Broncos. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Block working out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. K.J. Osborne deep for Minnesota. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Leadership skills apparent early in his life, carried over not just in high school but in college where he was a 3-time captain of the Michigan.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Noah Fant, incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
To throw again, Locke. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. He's got the lane, and there he goes.
Prime time,
30.
baby.
And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just cranked. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Smith catches left side. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. A final shot before half for Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. We have...
Broncos, nothing.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Harrison Smith.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Broncos, nothing.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Able to get away. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
At the 17-yard line.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Block now to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is going to be recovered in the end zone. And he's got a Super Bowl touchdown.
The Broncos.
So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. It's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So with just a second to play, we'd have to see something crazy here for them to have a chance. And this will be recovered by the kicking team, but it's going to come too late to do anything with it as time has run out on this football game. We'll go.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say a great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Lock. Out quickly to Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Operating from the gun, Lock. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lock. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 32 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Throwing on second down, Cousins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Cousins again. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal.
4-yard attempt.
Now they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. So we have reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Vikings, nothing.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
3rd down.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's now 4th down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here
Justin Jefferson.
Ride that home wave on into overtime.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 2nd down.
Kareem Jackson on the coverage.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Again, it's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
With the score still tied.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. But what can Locke do with his drive? And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Noah Fant. Incomplete.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They run it here with Gordon, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coach.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Our final score.
Still catching overtime. That's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel.